Hello, Josh. Hello, everyone. Josh Trains. Welcome back to our and today I'm going to be talking about a bit of Thomas news, basically. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get this video started then. So yeah, obviously, if you guys have obviously heard, obviously if you can't tell by the t-shirt, Bachmann actually did some announcements this past Saturday. And yes, if you wonder what that is behind me, that is the Big Thomas. If you want me to review that, then I will do. But there's been a lot of news this past week about with the 2026 show and Bachmann as well. On top of all that, obviously with the 2026 show, there's a lot of classic characters returning. There's Stepney coming back. I believe Boko's coming back, and we haven't seen Boko since season 5. And obviously a lot of other characters. What I can't remember every single detail about every single character, but yeah, to say that, you know, to bring a lot of classic characters back, it gives me high hopes for the new show. I mean, the merchandise, as you can see around me, like if I just show you like a quick glance, they're all my diecast ones, and then there's 3 more behind me. The merchandise does seem to be going good at the minute. But I am just hoping that they don't drop the ball with the new show in September, I think, which is next month. So yeah, so that's about the 2026 show. Now on to the announcements, and I'm going to say this now, right, guys. If you guys want me to like keep you updated with the any Thomas news, and I might make this like a little series or something, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll take that on board, and I might actually start doing that with Bachmann. 2026 show, anything like that, just let me know down in the comments below. But, right, so I've got Tutor Thomas up on my Facebook, aka my iPad. And the first ones we're going to look at, obviously I don't really collect this type of scale, but it's none other than Henrietta. We're finally getting Henrietta in G scale, which is large scale, and Hannah. Now, I've got a lot of gripes with this one, and I think this is the reason why I started off with this one. Obviously, they've made Hannah in fact, I'm going to turn brightness down a little bit on my iPad, because that is quite bright. There we go. Back there, I should do. Yeah. I'm going to say, why haven't they done Hannah in HO scale yet? Because they've done her in Engage, they've done her in large scale, but they haven't done her in HO scale yet. So I don't know whether they're planning on bringing Hannah to the double HO scale range in the near future or not, or what. But obviously I have considered getting into G scale, but I don't really know. Because obviously I'll just probably like see it as more like a collectible item rather than you know running them and everything. And it's the reason why I actually said this to my girlfriend and someone at my train club. Obviously, yeah, I am collecting the new Thomas stuff now, but it's more or less hoping that one day I can pass it down to my own child, and then obviously I can keep like the Thomas thing alive in my own generation, if that makes sense. But yeah, obviously, like I said, that's Henrietta and Hannah. And like I said, it's about time that they did Henrietta in G scale, because I know a lot of people have been asking about it. Like, you know, they've done Toby, but they've never done Henrietta. So I'm glad to see Henrietta done in G scale. Again, obviously, I don't do G scale, as you know, but I just thought I'd point that one out really quickly. Right then, so where do we start? I don't really want to start with the main thing yet. I mean, obviously, if people have seen them, fair enough. In fact, yeah, we'll start with Engage first. So, this is one of the Engage lot. So, we're finally getting the Red Express coaches in Engage, which I'm really looking forward to seeing how they would look behind, like, James or Henry, when Henry comes out. And we're getting 2 Soda Coal Wagon and Mining Wagon with load. So to say that they even come with the loads as well, that's going to be really interesting to see how that turns out. And then last but not least is the Funfair wagons, which Again, if I'm correct, I think they've done those in G scale and HO scale, but again, they've only just now done it in N gauge. So obviously, if you guys want me to get any of this, because obviously I've got a little bit of portion of N gauge on my layout, then let me know down in the comments below, and I will possibly try and get some. Right, so there's HON30, which is, I believe it's double, yeah, and then there's these wagons here. And again, I don't know if these, I mean, obviously if they're from Talyllyn Railway, then they possibly have got something to do with Thomas, obviously, with being up in Wales. But that's, obviously you've got the red, and then you've got the grey at the bottom, which is Great Western, by the way. So yeah, there's those coming out. I don't really know much about, oh yeah, it is narrow gauge. And then another one what's coming out in narrow gauge is the tipper wagon. And again, I am really looking forward to these ones as well, because I do really hope that they actually tip as well. Because in my opinion, that one does add so much play value to these models. Obviously, yes, I know that 009 isn't really play value, but you sort of get what I mean. It gives you more to do rather than it just being a static wagon. I believe that's it for N gauge and large scale. So, oh yeah, I just remembered. We're getting another accessory in N gauge, and it's none other than Tidmouth sheds. Obviously, I don't think I'll be getting this, but I just thought I'd point this one out. Obviously, you do need the turntable with the N gauge. I think it's the Bachmann N gauge turntable or something like that. But I've got a Pico one and it works perfectly fine. It works roughly the same as the Bachmann one would. So yeah, that's the Tidmouth shed, which that surprised me as well, to say that it took them this long to bring out a Tidmouth shed and N gauge. It's really cool. I don't think yeah, no I haven't. So, there's some wagons coming out in HO scale. So you've got the stone wagon loaded with red, stone wagon with load in brown, and then a wagon with green, and then a chocolate syrup wagon. Now, I am saying this now right now. Obviously, if you guys can see my t-shirt, I am going to get 2 of these to recreate a certain set, and I might actually try to 3D print some Troubles and Truck faces on there to represent a certain Tomy set, what I used to have when I was a kid. So yeah, they're the wagons what's going to be coming out. I think, yeah, 2027, so next year roughly. So yeah. Now this one, I was shocked by it, because obviously if you guys know, oh, speaking of Thomas, I've actually got him here. Come here. Obviously, if you guys know, this Thomas, obviously mine is the sound one, but I have had 2 normal ones in the past, and they've been okay, but they haven't been to like top standards, if you know what I'm saying. Like the motor's been naff, the face doesn't really look like the character, even though it's just based on promo art, as far as I'm aware. But now they're actually updating Thomas and Percy to look like, I believe if I remember correctly, I think it was to look like the season 4 24 models. So we're gonna get Thomas and Percy with a new face, a new body, a new tooling. So it's like a lot of people are saying, Bachmann are clearly listening to the fandom, which I think is incredible, by the way. To say that, you know, we've been clamouring for a new tool, Thomas and Percy, for over a decade now. It's just unsurreal to me. I mean, like I said, yeah, I do really like the Thomas. I didn't really have a problem with the Thomas. The Percy, again, the Percy was naff, like the HO one. In fact, I might actually have them somewhere. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, here's the Bachmann Percy now, and I'm not gonna lie, the face doesn't look like Percy, doesn't feel like Percy, and just everything else about him. And one thing I'm really hoping Bachmann doing with this up-to-date one is make him heavier, because he's so light. You'd be lucky if you can pull a full train. Now, I've seen a lot of people asking about this and wondering, should they do the same for James? And in all fairness, like, James Lydia. Just in his face, not bottom up. In my opinion, they've updated the James like 3 times now, but a lot of people are still not really happy with the way James looks, which is the face. Which again, the face doesn't really bother me with James. Percy is one of the worst out of the 3 here, what I've got in my hands right now. I would say Percy is the worst of them. I'm not saying that I'm not a fan of Percy, but the Bachmann model is kind of, you know, lacking on, and obviously it's about time to get the retooling out. I personally don't think that James does need a retooling. I personally think the only thing they need to do with James, if they ever brought a new one out, is update the face. Like give him a CGI face or something like that. They've done it with the N scale one, they've done it with the G scale one. Just do it with the HL one. Like if that's the case, like, you know what I mean? Because what I would do then, if the eye mechanism is more or less the same with the James, if they ever do this, I'm not saying that they're gonna, it's just get the face, and then you can just replace it with the CGI face, and boom, you got more accurate James than this one. Because I was actually thinking to myself while I was downstairs just watching TV, that's more or less the only thing they really need to change on the James. The Thomas and the Percy, I completely understand why those two needed a whole upgrade. I understand why those two need everything just redone. Because, as I said before, if you look at Percy, his step ladders are actually outside of his cab instead of under the cab. And I personally think it's because they were scared that the linkage rods would constantly help against the steps. So I don't know. So will I be getting these two when they come out and compare them? I might do. And one other thing, Bachmann, if you watch this, make these two DC ready, because I'm telling you now, if you do that, they will sell like that. Because to say that they've just recently bought out a DC Thomas and Percy, there's no reason why they can't put a socket in the new ones, which I hope they are gonna. But yeah, I am really looking forward to seeing how these two will end up looking. And obviously, like, you know, you got the moving eyes and everything like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this pans out, if that makes sense. Right then, I remember. Yeah, we are. Right, so the fact that we're on to the final image now, and obviously if you guys have known, this past weekend people have been going crazy for this character, and as you can see, he's on my t-shirt. You know who it is. It's none other than Diesel 10. And honest to God, right, when I saw this, obviously if someone leaked it early hours in the morning, I thought, no, it's not real. I thought someone had, like, you know, mocked one up and made it fake. So I thought, oh, I'll wait until a bit further on into the day. So I think it was about lunchtime-ish, roughly, about 12 o'clock-ish. That's when everything started to drop. And what shocked me is the image was actually real, and my mouth just dropped. I was like, I thought Bachmann couldn't make Diesel 10 because of the loading gauge or whatever it were, or he can't go into tunnels, they can't go into bridges because of the claw. But in my opinion, the amount of customs that I have seen of Diesel 10, and like a lot of people are saying, myself included, I was going to make a custom one of Diesel 10. But to say that they're actually bringing out Diesel 10 is just amazing to me, and it brings me so much hope within the near future. That they bring out models like Lady, Splatter and Dodge. Like, you know, if they're going to do Splatter and Dodge, all they would have to do is just get a diesel or any of the diesel moulds, paint up like Splatterman Dodge, give it a face, and then whack it on, and then there you go. So I am, again, like I said, I am really hoping, and again, another character they could make is Lady. All they would have to do is get Percy chassis, possibly the newest one, if that's their idea. Get the newest Percy chassis, put a lady body on it, and then there you go. Now, I have got some gripes with this, because obviously I was sceptical of how Pinchy would work. Apparently he has got moving eyes, and as far as I'm aware, apparently the Pinchy does move. But I have sort of heard that apparently the claw doesn't open and shut. I'm like, but why? Because that's such an iconic part of Diesel 10. Wait, am I still recording? Yeah, I am. And I personally think what they should have done with Diesel 10 is give him just the face, like they did with Bo a couple of years, I think it was 2 years ago or something like that, and have the special feature on this model be dedicated to the Pinchy itself. Rather than worrying about the eye mechanism, they should have put all focus. I'm not saying, obviously, yeah, things could change, and if they do, I will keep you guys updated. But they should have more or less kept the eye mechanism away, and then give all the attention, like that mechanism being on Pinchy, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, to say that we're finally getting a Diesel 10, I am super excited, because he was one of my favourite characters. Again, one of my favourite characters growing up, because obviously when I went to see Thomas the Magic Railroad in cinema with my grandma, he was the very first one who my eyes was drawn towards. And to say that now we're getting one HO Scout is just mind-blowing to me. So yeah. So that's all the news on the back of my lot. And by the way, guys, I don't know if I've shared it, but they have got Wave 2 coming off the diecast models. So you got Whiff, Scruffy, which he looks really cool, Charlie, which why the heck is they made him a female character, but here, Salty, Flynn Jr., which that raises a lot of questions if you ask me, Thomas, but it's sort of like decorated a little bit, Mavis, Mia, and Percival Clarabelle, and I think that's just like a double pack for Thomas and Percy. But yeah, like I said before, and I'll say it again, what a time to be a Thomas fan. I'm just so excited to see where this next couple of months, years, or whatever it takes us. Obviously, I know that I haven't done one of these in quite some time. Obviously, my last one was about Daisy and the Engage lot. But obviously, I just thought to myself, like, I have got stuff to review, but I have actually been busy on my layout. My Tornado has got DC in it now. This one here. And it's got a power bank in it as well, so obviously I will be possibly showing that off at some point. I've got my 2 Heltra models to review. Still got my P2 to review. And if you guys want me to, I'll review that guy behind me. If you guys want me to show him off. But oh yeah, that's reminding me, we're nearly at 500 subscribers, guys. I think we're 7 more away from reaching 500 subscribers. So thank you so much, everyone, who subscribes to my channel. If you guys would like me to start doing this more frequently, then let me know down in the comments below, whether it's about Thomas or whether it's about, I mean, I would mostly like to do it more about Thomas rather than other models, but yeah, if you guys want me to keep doing this about Thomas stuff, then let me know down in the comments below and I'll take it on board. But other than that, thank you for watching the video today. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. Please comment down below if your favourite was. Because, I mean, obviously, you know which one of my favourite is. But, yeah, but I guess I'll catch you on the next video with possibly a review or something. I don't know yet. Talk to you a bit then, guys. Bye.